on this week's Take a Look.
I'm gonna need a car.
Samara Weaving, Andy Garcia, and Steve Zahn in Eeny Meeny. A heist comedy where the only thing faster than the cars are the double crosses.
Then what are you willing to sacrifice? Everything!
Marlon Wayans and Tyreek Withers in Him. Friday Night Lights, Saturday Morning Nightmares.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize the truth of this. This is walk or die.
Cooper Hoffman and David Johnson in The Long Walk. Stephen King turns cardio into torture.
Because you're not alone, Shai. That's the whole point.
Cillian Murphy, Tracy Ullman, and Emily Watson in Steve, a drama so powerful, Netflix is already raising your subscription price.
I am the leader of Earth.
Zoe Saldana, Brad Garrett, and Pixar's Elio landing on Disney+. Aliens called and they want a kid for president.
It's actually kind of comfy in here. It is? I've never been in there.
This is Take a Look! Yeah, it is Take a Look! Look! Or should I say the Emmy Award-winning Take a Look. I think it's the first time I brought it up. A lot of people to thank. And I'll remember to thank him when I remember to bring the Emmy. Instead, let's just talk about movies right now. My good friend, Natalie Franklin. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
All right. Hey, congratulations. You have wrapped up Match Game. By the way, writer extraordinaire. What's it like writing, like, Selena Gomez is on this season?
Yeah, Selena Gomez, Martin Short was the host, so it was a little star-studded.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you took some time to watch some movies in the meantime.
Of course.
Thought we'd start with the fun palate cleanser because we got a lot of heavy movies. You even said you're kind of PTSD just from some of the movies you have to see.
Anxiety, popping Xanax for this episode.
All right, so why don't we get started with Elio. Pixar is back. This movie was phenomenal on big screens. I said see it that way, but now you can see it at home. It's just been added to Disney+.
Yes, this is a nice movie to start with. It's cute, it's warm, it's heartfelt.
Would you ever want to be abducted by aliens?
Absolutely.
Elio wants to. He ends up becoming the president of their universe. We had a chance to talk to Brad Garrett about it. Take a look.
Good to see you, man. I feel good. I feel good. We're having a great time with this film.
And things must go well with Pixar. You're back for this. Talk about jumping into an evil overlord.
Yes.
What do you research?
First villain, man. First villain I've ever played in an anime, and I love it. It's I've always loved the Disney villains, so it's kind of fun to get into this. And it's been a joy. I saw the film for the first time yesterday, and it's some great messages in it. I love what they're able to touch on through Elio and his journey.
It's a new layer for you. I mean, you talk about being a villain, but this is a villain that kind of at the end of the day, you see some charm in him. You don't get charm out of Darth Vader, but you do this guy.
You don't. And that's what really attracted me to doing it, is that you get to see, because look, what are villains? What are bullies? They're wounded people that never work through their stuff. That's, again, the Pixar characters, they're usually multi-layered and there's other aspects to it. And I really enjoyed bringing Greg on to life because of that.
He's awesome. You're awesome
Thanks,
in it.
Man.
When you jump into this movie, does it make you consider other worlds? What else is out there?
Yes, there's got to be. There's got to be something else out there. I'm thinking Canada. Canada is where I'm going to be if you need anyone to go there.
The big finish here. Thanks. See this movie because?
Because it's a wonderful journey about childhood and fitting in and battling the bully.
Wow.
Right?
Well said, sir.
Thank you, man.
You know what? That was a really warm, fuzzy Brad Garrett interview. I have a history with Brad Garrett. That's one of the few Brad Garrett interviews that I can actually air that I've had with him. He's a little edgy sometimes.
A little profanity-laced.
Not real Disney, not real Pixar-friendly sometimes. Okay. And, he did start out his voiceover career as Bloat.
Oh, I didn't know that.
On Finding Nemo.
Oh, I did not know that.
Actually, I'm wrong. Before that, he was one of the Goofy relatives in the Goofy movie.
Yeah, okay. I did not know that.
All right. So have we pleasantly cleansed your palate?
Yeah,
lighter family
I'm ready
fare?
to be traumatized.
All right, let's jump into it. Steve isn't exactly traumatizing, but it's definitely not for the kids, although it is about a teacher and some kids.
I thought this was going to be like Dangerous Minds with Michelle Pfeiffer. It's so much darker.
Yeah, way darker than that, and just holding up under this real-life teacher-student pressure. Let's break off a sample of the film. Take a look.
What I want for you is to just speak to us, because you're not alone, Shai.
Oh, what about you, Steve? Let's talk about you.
Steve, you can't do it all.
Okay, all right, I'm here for you.
Perhaps there's a limit.
You don't know me!
Outside. Out of mind. Outside. Out of mind. Out of time. Out of love. Outside. Out of mind. Out of time. Out of love. Outside. Out of mind. Out of time. Out of love. Outside. Out of mind. Out of time. Out of love.
You're not alone, Shy. That's the whole point.
The teacher known as Steve. Man, you know a movie is effective, it gets under your skin when just seeing the trailer makes you a little sweaty.
Right, maybe it's like Sixth Sense, where there are no students. Steve's dead.
Yeah, there are definitely students in this. What are your thoughts on Steve?
He looks like he means well.
Yeah.
But he looks like he has his own stuff that he's working through.
Teachers can crack under pressure. Cillian Murphy's awesome. I asked him, what kind of student he was back in the day. Listen.
Well, I mean, I was raised by two teachers, and my grandfather was a headmaster, and I have a lot of aunts and uncles that are teachers. And obviously, you go to school, and I had a significant teacher that introduced me to theater and poetry, and so yes, I feel there was a lot that I could relate to. I don't the patience thing. I don't know if I have that, but certainly the world of it.
How were you as a student? Flipping the script, when you have parents that are teachers, sometimes it affects your academics. Were you a good student or rebellious as a result?
I was a bit of a pain in the ass, I think, and a bit annoying, and I did all right, but I was very clear. It was very clear to me very early that I wasn't going to be a teacher. That's for sure.
Again, it's really brilliant. I love the pacing of it. It gets under your skin and becomes a part of you. For you, if you were telling people, see Steve because...
Oh, I'm such a terrible salesperson. See Steve because, everyone has to go to school. Everyone's part of a family, and it kind of deals with all of that stuff.
That was brilliant. You're a tremendous salesperson. There you go. Yeah, you said something about him. His looks, a handsome man, but don't his looks lean into creepy roles if he really tries?
Roles, yeah. So when you see him in the real world, you're like, don't kill me.
Yeah, he's kind of that intense, kind of that, not exactly Christopher Walken, but a little Susans of Christopher Walken going on. All right, Steve, October 3rd on Netflix. All right, coming up, a movie that's got great action. It's got some deep, dark things going on, but also at the same time, it's a lot of fun to watch. Eeny, Meeny, and it stars next. Hey, welcome back to Take a Look. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Marcus Allen. Follow me on Instagram at TV Marcus Allen, but you're probably already following the world famous Natalie Franklin two ways.
Hello, on Natalie the Hero and Nori's Black Book.
There you go. All right. So moving on to a movie that we've talked about, Steve, which is kind of dark. Yeah. This movie has some dark moments, but it's fun and action-packed.
Yeah, just has a little bit of a toxic relationship or situationship.
Yeah. Take a look at Eeny Meeny. A great, gritty action movie. My grandparents, because I'm way too old to remember anything about the 70s, but my grandparents tell me in the 70s, movies had a grit, an edge to them, and this reminds me of those movies.
Yeah, her driving the getaway car and robberies and
kind of like breaking off a little sample of Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, exactly.
Caught up with Carl and Samara to talk about it. Listen.
I love cars. I love high stakes. I like love, especially when it's messy. And this has all of that.
Yeah. It's your kind of movie.
Yeah, so for each of you, talk about what spoke to you coming aboard.
I think everything you just said. The script was one of the best scripts I've ever read in my entire life. And then Sean just seemed like the coolest. So I was all in.
I can't wait for people to see it. For people who have been living in a cave, haven't even seen the trailer yet, how would you describe it?
High octane action with slapstick ridiculousness and some real romantic depth.
One of my dearest friends is a set unit director, so as a result, I've been around a lot of stunt people, many of them Australians. What is it about Australians that make them great for vehicular stunts? And I put you in that class now.
We're just like from a long line of convicts, like we were a giant jail for so long, so I think we're all just like a little bit insane, and really drawn to ridiculous and risky things.
And this movie is chock full of ridiculous, risky things. I guess I should have pointed out, one, she is Australian, and two, does a lot of her own driving in this movie so well.
I did not know that.
Yeah, a lot of people think that it's going to like a new age rig or they're doing it on a volume stage in front of a giant LCD. No, that's her driving those ridiculously crazy stunts. And what a great history lesson we got at the same time. Australia inhabited at one time by a bunch of convicts.
Yes, good times.
Good times, good times. I highly recommend it. Be warned, parents, if you're watching it. There's some sexual things going on. There's drug references, one of which is hysterical. What's the one?
When he's like, I quit drugs for you. And she's like, you just did, you know.
Drugs last night. Anyway, you got to see it in context, but not with the kids. All right, speaking of kids, the kids are going for a long walk. This is not a kid movie either.
Not a Pixar movie.
Yeah, I was trying to, shave the edges off of it, but this movie is going to leave you depressed for months. It is phenomenal, though. We'll catch up with one of its stars next. Welcome back. It is taking a look at some movies that are fun to watch and some that are not so fun to watch. I would put this one more in the latter category.
Yes.
We're talking about The Long Walk.
Stressful.
Based on the Stephen King book, they've tweaked a couple of things, but I've talked to some people. I haven't read the book because if you know me, you know I can't read. But people that have read the book say that the changes they made actually make it work better.
Yeah, I've heard that people want to reread the book just by watching this.
Cooper Hoffman, the late Philip Seymour Hoffman's son, is phenomenal. Do you recognize the commander in that shot?
I don't.
It's Luke Skywalker. It's Mark Hamill.
Wow.
I caught up with the guys. We'll talk about them a little bit later on. In the meantime, take a look at the movie.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize the truth of this. This is walk or die.
Warning. You'll walk as long as you can. Warning. But sometimes the body won't listen. Warning. For some, your heart will stop. Warning. For others, your brain. Warning. And the blood will flow suddenly. Warning. Warning. There's one winner. Warning. And no finish line.
This movie is so good. So good, but it's one of those movies you're only going to want to watch it once until you forget its impact, and then you'll watch it again and you go, oh, that's why I only wanted to see it once.
Exactly.
To say it's graphic is an understatement.
Yeah, graphic and emotional, and you get tied to these characters.
Yeah. Cooper Hoffman is phenomenal in it. David Johnson as well. We'll talk about them a little bit later on, but specifically there's a scene between mother and son, Judy Greer being the mom. It breaks my heart just to talk about it now. I caught up with her to talk about the making of it. Turns out, not that big a deal. Take a look.
Can I just tell you how pleasant it is to see your image pop up laughing after the last time I saw you in this movie?
Yeah, a little different.
So much of the time, dystopian movies, you go, well, that's so far ahead. I don't have to worry about that. This kind of looks like it could be next month.
Yeah, it's not so crazy anymore. Yeah, I mean, we don't have like an alien spaceship in the movie, but it's like, it's today, it's yesterday, it's 20 years ago, it's 20 years in the future. Like, they did such a good job at making it truly timeless, in my opinion. Even the watch, which is kind of advanced technology for what we think we're seeing, would be advanced for the time period that we think it just all works so perfectly. And we've really, I think, trusted our audience to be smart and accepting of like, here's the watch, here's where we are, here's what they're doing. We're like, you guys are smart, you'll get it. We don't need to explain it to you.
And let's talk about the relationships that are so relatable. I remember leaving for college and my mom hugging me and weeping endlessly. And then this, a similar, albeit accelerated scene with you in this movie. When you talk about timeless, people will be studying this, talking about that scene forever. Talk about On the Day.
On the day I had a lot more fun than I thought I was going to have because
But you know what? It's like finding that connection with a fellow actor and with my director, in this case, Francis Lawrence, like finding that connection and that trust and that safety allows me to let go of let go and like let the emotion really come out. I think that because I connected and I loved Cooper immediately, Cooper Hoffman, who plays my son Ray Garrity, because I loved him immediately and because I felt Francis Lawrence fully trusting us and what we were bringing to it, I was just able to really let go and be vulnerable. And then because of that, I was able to like still have fun and joke around that day on set. I mean, when things are that heavy, I feel really fortunate that I get to work on a set with people who also understand the importance of like releasing the pressure valve, you know?
One of the most heartbreaking scenes in recent cinematic history, and she said, it was actually a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Well, she's a good comedic actress, too, so
Right.
she keeps it light.
And I guess it makes sense that she said when you're comfortable enough with someone and you know the gravity and the weight of the scene, it makes it easier to step in and out of that moment, I would guess.
Right, like it makes it easier for me knowing you can't read.
Exactly. And that anecdote about my mom weeping when I left for college, oh, that's a lie. My mom kicked me out, locked the door. To this day, won't return my phone calls. All right, so go into this movie, know that it's going to stick with you a long time. I mean, case in point, the day after I saw this, we had this extraordinarily long shoot on the back lot of Universal Studios. Tons of walking, right?
Yeah.
And I was about to complain about my feet aching, and I thought,
you're going to get a warning.
yeah, it's nothing compared to what those guys went through.
Exactly.
Written by Stephen King, among the best cinematic offerings inspired by Mr. King ever.
Right, and written by him when he was only 19.
Yeah, exactly. All right, coming up next on this edition of Take a Look, we're going to delve into this. It's him, it's dark, it's scary, and it's inside the world of football. Yeah, Marlon brings it to life. We'll talk about that next. Must read words on screen. You're watching Take a Look. Hey, welcome back. Who needs words? It's Natalie Franklin.
Hello.
All right, so I'm loving the holiday season. That is the haunting holiday season when we get into scary movies. Him is amazing.
Yeah, it looks scary and stressful.
It's scary to
the
me
theme of
for
the show.
a multitude of reasons, and I think I bring it up in the interview. I grew up in West Texas, the home of Friday Night Lights. Specifically, that book was written at my high school. Football itself makes me a little PTSD.
Yeah, it's huge in Texas.
Tyreek Withers plays a young student, athlete that wants to meet his idol. His idol runs a camp that takes people to the next athletic level. That person is Marlon Wayans. We had a chance to talk about it. I got one of the best mentor anecdotes ever. Listen.
Cam, are you okay?
I think something's off.
You want to know what you're getting yourself into.
Now we playing some football! Good to see you too. You look a lot better than you did last time I saw you in this movie, which is a little, if not a lot, disturbing.
Thank you.
I went to Permian High School, which is the home of the best-selling book Friday Night Lights, and where that was shot, where that story took place.
Wow.
So this, for a multitude of reasons, it makes me a little PTSD watching this movie.
Good. Now you feel like us.
I'm saying, Tyreek, for you, did it resonate with any of the football drama in your past life?
Yeah, I think the tenacity and grit it took to be on a D1 college level team. Not only that, the year we won the Orange Bowl with Jimbo Fisher, the training regimen was tough then, and I thought it was going to be easier working on a film about football. But if not, it was just as hard, if not harder, than being on the team, because you just wanted to give the football fans a gift of authenticity, and we were really passionate about being truthful to what an actual quarterback looks like.
You know, they say you never want to meet your idol or your GOAT. Stepping outside of the Wayans family for a minute, Marlon, like, have you had a greatest of all time that you wanted to meet and you met them, and how did that go?
You know, I've always wanted to meet Richard Pryor, and I got to meet Richard when he was sick, and he was his MS was really, he was really struggling with MS, and he showed up to the comedy store and in a wheelchair, and proceeded to go do a really funny 30-minute set about him struggling with MS. And I just thought that was like the bravest thing I ever saw. And I was just like, that's a real artist. It's somebody that could take their pain and make you laugh with it. Even though they're dying from it, you're still dying laughing. So he's leaving you a gift and a piece of him. And so that's what I try to do in all my specials and all my stand-up is I write in blood. I write from pain. And I definitely inherited that from that meeting with Richard Pryor.
That is one of the most beautiful, most poignant, most make a world a better place kind of encounters I've ever heard of, which is the opposite of this movie. It is true. His story about Richard Pryor, my favorite celebrity encounter or meeting of all time, but too warm and fuzzy while we're talking about this movie.
Exactly. Probably not as much stress as, you know, those characters went through.
How about you? Is there an idol you'd ever wanted to meet?
When I was a kid, like Michael Jordan was my idol.
Yeah?
Always athletes.
Have you met him?
I haven't. I've seen him, been in close proximity. I've seen him play, obviously, but I've never like, hi, I'm Natalie.
Right.
Hi, I'm Michael.
He DMs the show all the time, so Michael, come on, make a difference. Only you, Michael, can make a difference.
Charity.
I always wanted to meet Jim Henson because I made puppies when I was in junior high.
Nice.
I was really popular with the ladies.
When you can't read, make puppets.
Exactly. All right, so see him in theaters again. I say this about horror movies. When you're in a big, dark room with strangers, that's the way to see a horror movie, so see it that way.
There's a lot of screaming, so you need that loud theater.
Absolutely. Hey, when you're watching Match Game on ABC television, know that she is the brains behind it, all the writing there. Congratulations on wrapping your season.
Thank you.
All right, be sure and like and subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching on AFN in 177 different countries and territories worldwide, we salute you. Thanks for keeping us safe and protecting us. On Instagram, where do we find you both ways?
At Natalie the Hero or Nori's Black Book.
I'm at TV Marcus Allen. Be safe, be good. Peace.